Hello, and welcome to Freedom with Marketing. I'm Sam, the founder of Freedom in Marketing, and welcome to the Life, Leadership and Business Skills playlist. In this playlist, I want to share with you some experiences I've had in life where I had to learn lessons the hard way, and I want to tell you my story, my experience, and show you how you can avoid making the same mistakes that I did to shortcut your process to success. In this video, I want to talk to you about the concept of giving first without the expectation of anything in return. So first of all, a little bit about this concept. This is one of the core values at my company, Freedom of Marketing. It's also a core value which I try to live my life by. And the concept is that in any interaction that you're in, you should always be looking to give the other person, the other party, as much value as you can upfront, and not to do this in a way where you expect them to reciprocate. Now, the reason for this is because Joe Polish talks a lot about how life gives to the giver. I have personally found over the years that the more generous I am to others, and the more I can show a genuine interest in what they do and try to help them because I care and not for transactional reasons, that things generally work out better for me. And as we always know, as you probably experience yourself, that when it comes to Christmas, it always feels nicer to go out shopping to buy gifts for other people rather than buying things for yourself. So that is the reason behind the concept. Let me share with you a short story about how I've experienced this in a race, and more importantly, why the converse of giving first without the expectation of return. Let me rephrase it again. And I also want to share with you why when you give without the expectation of anything in return, that you also need to accept things from people when you need help and not to let your ego get in the way. So let me share a story from some runs I've done in the past where this has been very, very apparent. So when you're out doing a long distance run, if it's a long distance run where you're going to be out for hours and hours and hours and hours, you have to use all your mental capabilities in order to remain as positive as possible and to focus on positivity and to eliminate any negative energy. If you allow negativity to build up, it will become a significant problem later on when you're in a low point, and you have to use your mental abilities and resilience to push through it. And one way that you can remain positive is by interacting with other people that are out there. You can give other people around you support. The runs that I do, I'm a competitive person, but I'm always competing against myself. So I don't really care so much when other people pass me. So if someone passes me out on the trail and they look strong, then you tell them, and that in turn gives them a boost to continue going on. On other occasions, when I've been out on trail runs or even in marathons, when I've noticed that some people are suffering, they have a problem, such as one incident that I remember quite clearly. It was during a trail run. We're on a hot, sticky, humid trail through a very dense area, and you had to climb up a steep incline and then go down. It was so muddy, people were slipping and sliding everywhere. Not exactly the best conditions with the heat and humidity, and got a little bit further down and someone tripped over and he fell straight over onto his back. And when he got up, the cramps started to kick in. Now, there's two reasons why you get a cramp. One is that your muscles are overworked and it's sort of fatigue based, and two is simply because you're low on salt. Because we were at the early stage of the race, it was hot and humid, chances are it was probably because of a lack of salt that is poured out. So I helped him up and I tried to offer him some salt and say, this will help with the cramps. Oh no, I'm fine. And then you think, well, you probably know yourself that you're low on salt because you can feel it, you can feel the dehydration. But he refused to help. And next thing, I never saw him again. And I was pretty slow throughout the next few sections of his course, which leads me to think that he actually dropped out because he did not accept help when it would have benefited him. And the consequence was that he failed the race. Another time is I remember doing a marathon in Malaysia. This was several years back. So So I was a relatively inexperienced runner at the time. And while I was out, I saw a woman who was sat on the gutter. Head was in her hands. She was clearly suffering. The demons had come in. She was in the pain cave, as they call it. So the solution to being in the pain cave is always to eat. So when I see her, I help her up. I try to give her some encouragement. She starts to walk a little bit, and I offer her a banana. I've got some bananas with me. I offer her a banana, and she wouldn't accept it. If she'd have eaten that banana, within 10 to 15 minutes, she'd have had a little bit more energy, which would have given her a little bit more momentum. And, well, long story short, she quit the race at about 32 kilometers with only 8 kilometers to go. So in those scenarios I was in a situation where I was giving without the expectation of anything in return, because I genuinely want to see people succeed. And I offer them something which would solve their problem. And they themselves most likely know that yes, I'm low on salt, this salt will solve the problem. Yes, I'm low on calories. If I have a banana and eat the banana, it will make me feel a little bit more energetic and get me through a bit more of a run. But yet they refused it because they didn't want to refuse help from a stranger. Not sure what the reason is for it. I know for the fact that I have been in that situation before where people have offered to help and I've allowed my ego to decline help and then suffered the consequences of it afterwards. But basically what I'm trying to share with you here is that if you want a happy, fulfilling life, then you should be a giver. As Joe Polish in his book titled Life Gives to the Giver says, that the more you give to others, the more value you give to others, the more you're going to benefit yourself. And equally, when other people offer you help, to accept it when you need to. You shouldn't feel guilty about accepting help. You shouldn't feel like you are weak because you accept help. You shouldn't allow any negative thoughts come into your mind whenever you need to accept help. In fact, if you can accept and admit that you're in a situation where you do need help, it makes you much stronger and you're going to perform much better afterwards. So just a quick way to end the video. I want to explain to you how you can apply this in business. And I want to explain this with something that I do myself. So at the time of recording, I have a special offer in place, which is called your return on your investment in advance. The concept of this is it's a short survey with a bunch of questions to ask about you, your business, your offers, your target audience, what your mission and vision is. And I will then personally record a video or give you a highly personalized strategy that you can use straight away, ideally in less than an hour, to make more than $1,000 in your business from sales you otherwise would have made. Now, the reason for me doing this is rather than giving a lead magnet to attract the right people to my business, and then me try to tell you about all the results I've had or what I can do for you, I want to show people that, look, I can give you value. This is where my skills lie. If I can make you $1,000 or more in new sales that you otherwise wouldn't have made, this is proof that my concept works and I know what I'm talking about. If it doesn't work or I can't help you, then that's just a sign that we're not a good fit to work together at this moment in time. Now for me, I see it as a win-win. For me, it helps me to identify the perfect businesses, entrepreneurs, clients that I want to partner with. And likewise, it gives anyone that fills in this application form in order to receive the return on your investment in advance the chance to test my strategies before we even commit to a conversation. And that is my way of giving value in advance and without the expectation of anything in return. All I ask for you in the survey is your email so that I can contact you afterwards, and for you to actually apply the strategy, because it costs me time and money to perform this service for you. And that's basically it. And while I'm in the process of launching this out now, I fully expect that it's going to be successful, because who doesn't want to make extra money in their business? And that is my way of giving value in advance without the expectation of anything in return. And if you can do the same for your prospects, customers, clients, it makes it much more likely that they will become repeat customers and clients in the future. That's all I've got for you. That's all I've got for you in this video. See you in the next one.